All right, how's everybody doing this afternoon? Excellent, thank you for coming. I know it's late in the afternoon. I'm going to be talking about Google Plus Hangouts for education. So covering, what Hangouts are, some of the different tools that you can use with Hangouts that are collaborative, and give you some ways that you could possibly use them. And I wanted to start my presentation with this video clip from Star Trek. Anybody here like Star Trek Next Generation? Okay, a few of you? Okay. I religiously watched this show with my sister every Saturday. It was our thing. So we'd make macaroni and cheese every Saturday. And you can imagine that was like for as long as this ran. So I've had more macaroni and cheese probably than any of you in the audience. But, in thinking about Google Plus Hangouts, I wanted to start with this because I think about all the amazing technology that we saw in Star Trek. So I'm going to just play this clip. And hopefully you'll be able to hear it.
Greetings, Captain. I regret to inform you that Gowron and the High Council are quite busy and won't be able to speak with you today.
Is Gowron aware that we have been transmitting messages for the past 3 days?
Captain, Gowron wishes it were possible to talk with everyone who wants an audience, but he is one man. The demands on his time are formidable. If you would like me to take him a message.
A message? Very well.
So I thought how incredible that was that they were able to put that image up right in front there on the Enterprise. And, Captain Picard, if you've watched those episodes, he talked to all kinds of different people at his desk. I thought, wow, that is amazing technology. I also watched this clip and I thought how depressing it is to look at their set now, and the level of special effects is quite depressing. So, Google Plus Hangouts is really an evolution of communication, So we started off, maybe with the string can telephone, and we have now evolved to the Hangout, and it is that futuristic technology for communication today. That's how I really view it, and make that connection with Star Trek, because Google is giving us that amazing technology for communication. So if you're not familiar with what a Hangout is, it's a 15-person video chat. So if you're using apps for education, that's with the 15 people now, which is awesome. It's voice-activated switching, so you don't have to think about it. One person talks, and it automatically fills up that larger portion of the screen, and you can still see the other Hangout participants at the bottom. You can decide who joins the Hangout. Very easy to do, so not just anybody can join it if that's not something that you want. And above and beyond that, probably what I find to be most compelling are the apps that you can integrate during that Hangout experience. A Hangout on Air is a live broadcast. So really two different things. That regular Hangout is not broadcast. It's not recorded anywhere. You're just going to invite, again, up to 15 people. It might be a staff meeting. You might be doing some distance learning with some students. Whereas this is actually live, and it's broadcast on your YouTube channel and also on your Google Plus profile page. Another nice thing is that there's an embed link, so if you want to put that Hangout on your website, if you use Google Sites, you can very easily put it there, and it makes it a lot easier for people to find that broadcast. And so an unlimited number of people can watch that. So above and beyond that 15 that you have in the Hangout with you, you can have any number of people watch it live, and it's automatically recorded to your YouTube channel. Sure, go ahead, ask a question. Yes. In the Hangout, or they're watching it? Yes, there's an eject button. So if somebody becomes unruly, they start taking their shirt off, you can eject them from the Hangout, and that's the end of that. So yes, absolutely. Good question. So what do you need to do this? Really a couple of things. There's a Hangouts plugin that you can download from Google that you would need to install on your computer. If you're using the Hangouts app on your mobile device or you have a Chromebook, you don't need to do that. That's already just baked in. I would highly recommend buying a nice webcam. I know you've got one maybe built into your Chromebook. You have one built into your laptop. But Logitech makes some really nice webcams. They're 1080p, and it makes a huge difference in the quality of your video. Also, having a decent microphone. You don't have to go crazy, but certainly buy some kind of USB headset for 20, 30 bucks. That's going to really help you hear what's going on and also isolate your voice. And of course, you have to have a Google Plus account. So those are the things that you would really need to get started in order to participate in a Hangout. There's lots of different places that you can start a Hangout. You can start one from your Google Plus homepage. There'll be a Hangouts logo. You'll see that new green logo. You can click that and invite people to a Hangout that you would like to chat with. You can also do this from within Gmail. So if you have GChat open, you can go in there and you can click on somebody and start a Hangout that way as well. And either way, they're going to get the notification to join you. And of course, you can also do it from your mobile device. So you download the Hangouts app on your Android or iOS device, and you can start a Hangout from there. You can also join a Hangout. And of course, because this is all in the cloud, that's all synchronized. So that if I don't pick up on my computer, it's going to ring my phone, or it might ring my tablet. If I pick up on one, it knows that I've already picked up, and it's not going to continue to ring all my other devices, right? I'm sure most of you have like 10 devices right now under the bench or in your bag, right? No? All right. Now here's where you control who comes into your Hangout. The best way to really do that is with circles. Of course, you can invite individual people, but if you really want to have granular control over who's going to be in the Hangout, the best way to do that is to create circles for who you want to invite. So I do a podcast with 2 other gentlemen from Ohio, and we use circles for our podcast guests. We just put everybody in that circle, we invite the circle, and they're all able to join the Hangout. So if you go into the different locations within Google+, you can go into your people and create these different circles, and then you just type in the circle name, and then everybody in that circle is able to join the Hangout. It's pretty simple. Yes, you can absolutely, you can remove them from a circle, just delete them and remove them, absolutely. So what does a Hangout look like? So you have the main Hangout window at the top, and then you have the Hangout participants at the bottom. And again, that's voice activated how that switches. So if another person starts talking, then they'll take up the main screen. So it's good practice that you want to tell other people that you're in a Hangout with or that are joining you to mute their microphone. I've had Hangouts where people have their fish tank going in the background, or they're mowing, or they're laying down like a hardwood floor. I'm like, please, just mute your microphone. It would be great if you could do that. These controls are the ones that you're going to see when you're in the Hangout for your own screen. So you can mute your audio, you can mute your video. So if you have to get up and make yourself a ham sandwich, you can do that. Again, you're not distracting from the Hangout. It's just going to turn off your video feed. And then, of course, there's also a hang up button when you want to leave the Hangout. What's really cool when you click that gear is you can select what camera you'd like to use, and it should recognize any camera you have plugged into your computer. So if you have a camera plugged in via FireWire or USB, it would see that camera. So this is a great way to record maybe a performance that's going on at school and also broadcast it for people who can't be there. So you can set up a camera on a tripod, plug it into your computer. You can select it in the Hangout and then broadcast that, all right? And you can also pick your microphone and your speakers that you're going to be using as well. Now, something that was recently added is a bandwidth usage adjustment slider thingy. I don't know what the correct terminology is for it. But if you're in a situation where, let's say you're at a hotel, like at ISTE, and everybody's on the internet, probably at night, and you can barely load just one page, you can drag that towards the minus sign, and that should improve the video quality in your Hangout experience. So if you're at home and you have great internet, then you can leave it where it is. But if you're somewhere where it's kind of sketchy, you might want to adjust that. And then you have all these options on the sidebar. So those controls run across the top of the Hangout, and down the left side, you have all these options. So you can invite additional people. And one kind of cool thing is you can actually invite somebody via telephone. So if somebody can't be there, they don't have a device where they have a camera on it, they can join it. You can just put in their phone number, it'll call them, and they can join the audio conference. All right? You have a group chat that's built into the Hangout, which is great for, if you're doing a presentation, you can talk to the other presenters and decide who's going next, or you can even drop links in there. So if there's links to resources, you can drop them in the chat. There's a screen sharing option. screen capture, and then those 3 little dots that you see at the bottom allow you to add additional apps. And I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. So these are sort of the Hangout tools that are pre-installed in Google Plus Hangouts: the chat, the screen share, and the screenshot. The screen share allows you to do just exactly what it says. You can share your entire desktop, or you can share just a single window. So one of the great ways to use this is for professional development. So I could mirror my iPad to my PC using something like Reflector or Air Server, and then share that screen with everybody else in the Hangout and demonstrate an app. Or I could show them a website or anything that I want to share on my screen and do, again, some professional development. Then on top of those features, besides the screen share and the screenshot and the chat, you also can add these Hangout apps. And I'm not going to talk about all of these today, but these are just some of the different apps that you can add to the Hangout that then everybody can utilize. And you'll see these once you join the Hangout or once you initiate one. So one is Google Drive. You can actually collaboratively open up a document or open up a spreadsheet, open up a presentation, and work on it together with the people in the Hangout. So while it's awesome to be able to open up documents together in Google Drive and collaborate in real time, it's even better to do it in the Hangout because I can actually see the people that I am collaborating with. So there's no question, I'm not misinterpreting what they're typing in the chat. I can talk to them live while we're building out that presentation or while we're working on that document. Now, the one thing that I found is you want to make sure that you share whatever it is that you're going to be working on ahead of time. You can't really do that once you're in the Hangout. So make sure you've made that available to everyone before you start working on it. You can also share YouTube playlists. You can build YouTube playlists together in the Hangout. That's the YouTube app. And then watch them together as a group. So this is, again, a great way to put together a playlist that you want to share with some students. Maybe you're thinking about, you're doing something with a flipped classroom model. You can watch those together, and then you can talk about it afterwards. And then last but not least, the Hangout Toolbox. This is a must-have for anybody who participates in a Hangout. This encompasses a whole bunch of different tools. So you have the lower third, which allows you to put your name in a graphic underneath your picture. So you can say, where you're from, maybe your Twitter handle, maybe a little picture of yourself or your school mascot. And that shows up, again, underneath your video feed. And you can save these in the Hangout so that you can quickly switch between different types of text that you'd like to have under your window. So if you're sharing a link or you want to change your title, you can save those and then use them on the fly. Also included with the Hangout Toolbox is a comment tracker. So if you do a live Hangout on air, you can paste in the link for that Hangout, and it will pull in the people's comments as they're watching it. So that way you can, if there's a question, you can address it while you're broadcasting live. And then finally, it also has a volume control for each individual participant in the Hangout. So you can try to make sure that everybody's at that same level so nobody's louder or softer than anyone else. And this is, there is a an app to do this in Chrome, but you can also do this in a Hangout. You can remote into somebody else's computer. And I actually just used this the other day. I was in Ohio. My wife was in New Jersey. She was having trouble with the wireless. I remoted into their computer, fixed the wireless, and it took me about 10 seconds. There's absolutely nothing for you to install. The other person, it just has to agree to allowing you to take control of their computer, and you can be the family tech support person, and everybody will love you, all through the Hangout. Yes? I don't know if it does or not. I haven't tried it in Firefox or another browser. I would think so, but just try it out. I mean, there's nothing to install, so. Say again? Yes. Yes. Yeah, because you could share your desktop or remote in and record it. Right, like Camtasia or Jing or something like that, right. So that would be a way to, yeah. If you remote in Absolutely. Well, yeah, you'd have to broadcast it, right? So anybody could watch what you're doing, right? So some other tools I just want to make you aware of. There's this website called Hype My Hangout. And if you're going to be doing a Hangout on air and you'd like to share it with everyone else, what you're doing and what the topic is, you can create this 10-second video. You put a link in there and what time your Hangout's taking place. And it'll generate a short little video that you can upload to YouTube and share. And it also then creates some PDFs of some swag, like some banners and some little flyers that you can pass out to everybody. So it's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and show you the video here.
Hey, I'm Nick, and I'm here to show you how to use the Hype My Hangout tool to make a 15-second video for an upcoming Hangout. It's a really easy way to let people know what you're up to and when and where to watch. For example, my friend used the tool to make a video for her upcoming yoga Hangout.
Morning yoga practice is an amazing way to start your day. Every morning, I'm leading a restorative yoga class here for all levels. Come join me.
Making one takes about a minute. You just enter the Hangout name, the date and time information. Copy the URL for your Google Plus profile page, since that's where your Hangout will be broadcast and where people can go to watch it, and paste it in this box. Now, you can record your 11-second video message. Then if you want, you can add a topic or genre tag, pick some music, and review what you've made. Once you're feeling good, click the Save to YouTube button. You'll see this box pop up. Just enter your YouTube username and password and your video will be posted to your YouTube account. Then you can start hyping your Hangouts to followers, friends, circles, people who read your blog, or anyone else by sharing the video. If you want, you can also click here to download a bunch of other promo elements, like different size banners, postcards, and posters. So that's it. Hope you find it useful. Let us know if you have any ideas or suggestions. We're adding features and welcome any feedback.
So it's a neat tool just to use if you are going to be doing something public that you want to make other people aware of. It's an easy way to do that. Some suggestions, definitely prep your setup. And I can't stress that enough. Make sure your sound works, test out your microphone, make sure your image looks good. Don't have excessive lighting behind you so you look like you're floating down from heaven or something weird like that. And what's your background? It's important to choose something that's aesthetically pleasing, maybe not inside of a closet or something. So be aware of those things. Also create compelling content. I think you want to approach this differently. It's not about flipping through a slideshow, sharing your screen and just going through a presentation. I think it's more about having a conversation and building those connections rather than again just going through your traditional type of presentation. And again, practice, practice, practice. If you are going to do something like this, have it down pat. So some of the different ways that you might think about using Hangouts, depending on whether you're a teacher or administrator or a student. Certainly, like I said, for professional development, this is a great way. If you only have 2 or 3 waiver days or you do professional development at the beginning or the end of the year, why not offer Hangouts maybe for the last half hour or 45 minutes after the end of the day of school? Have people sign up. They can join you. Like I said, you can demonstrate an app to them. You can show them a website. It's just a quick and easy way to do that. And if you do the Hangout on air, then it's recorded and archived, and you can save those for other staff members. Virtual staff meetings. If everybody can't be there at the same time, if you have an admin team, they can just join the Hangout, and then you could collaboratively open up the staff agenda and work through that. Remote help desk, like I talked about with the being able to remote into somebody else's computer and help them, that's huge. And also project discussions. If you're a teacher, to use this with your students, certainly to teach remote students would be an excellent way to utilize Hangouts. Share a synced YouTube video playlist with them, and you could go through those instructional videos. And also for homework help sessions. I used to have a sign up on my door and I had my students sign up for math help after school. It would have been much easier for me to just say, I'm going to be in a Hangout from 3:30 to 4:30. If you need help with homework, feel free to join me. And then how students can use it with other students, peer-to-peer helpline. Instead of you providing after-school help with homework, have them do that. Or discuss whatever that topic was after class through a Hangout. You can broadcast student performances, so if you have a school play or you have a basketball game, again, you can set up a camera and broadcast that via Hangout, or even bring in an, holy cow, and even bring in an author. You can have an author visit through a Hangout. And then the last idea that I wanted to share with you is another Google certified teacher. His name's Brett Catlett. I don't know if any of you know him. He came out with this website called eduhangout.org. And the idea is for you to connect with other educators across the globe and do some kind of collaborative project with their class. And so there's lots of teachers who have already signed up. He's got a lot of great resources for how to use Hangouts. So again, definitely check out his website. It's eduhangout.org. So thank you guys very much. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. There's my contact info, my email address. It's remedy1978@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter @remedy1978. Thank you guys very much.